Hello, stamping friends. How are you guys doing today? It's still morning here in Arizona. I know some of you are watching in other time zones, but it's still morning and I'm enjoying our weather here, although it is getting a little bit warm. It's 90 degrees during the afternoon, so I always get up and do my walking in the morning, and so I have a fresh start. Today was shower day. Does anyone do like me and do showers every other day now? It's like I don't see anyone. Oh, hi Pat, how are you? You're right, it's like we're having coffee today. Speaking of, I'm a Ray Dunn fan, and I like to pick out different, oh, is that backwards? I like to pick out different mugs. So today is You Are My Sunshine. All right, well, I have lots to show you today. Well, we're only gonna make one project though, but oh, I'm just giddy over it. I can't wait. Pat, you might recognize it. But before I start, I just want to remind you that today's the last day for my Seriously the Best. And thank you for those of you who ordered it already. I'm gonna start cutting out today, and then I'll wait for my product to come in probably a little bit less than a week. And then the other thing is, I know I've really been showing you my best dressed tutorial online. I have 15 projects, but I don't think I've ever shown you in person. And it always looks better when you see it, you know, like up close and can see the 3D thing. So I'm gonna change this so you can see it closer. Let me switch this around. You always get to see my calendar when I do this. And then I also have the host code in case you see anything you like. You can order from my Stampin' Up! Website, and I would be happy to get that for you. All right, so one of the items is this little shoebox, which goes with the Dress to Impress stamp set, and this is what it looks like. And this one is carrying over. However, there's one little glitch to this. The paper is not, because there is some retiring in colors, so I knew that paper wouldn't carry over. So for me, I think this stamp set goes perfectly with that paper, and that's why it's so cute. So you're going to want to grab this paper because this paper is retiring. And let me show you again what it looks like. Look at all these fun prints. I love that it's contemporary plus floral, lots of florals. So this has been my go-to paper. I used almost on everything. This was my favorite paper in the pack just because it's so versatile. All right, so back to the projects. This is the shoebox, and I designed this so that all these cards that I made fit perfectly in here, plus envelopes. And you can probably get, I'd guess 8 to maybe 12 if you push them down in this box. And so it's just resembling a shoebox. Then the next one is that cute little girl from On to Adventure, and this stamp set is retiring. She has a little pearl necklace, and then the surprise is when you open it, there's a shoebox inside. It's a little box with the shoes on top. So that one was fun. The next one is the hello, and this is that eclipse technique I was talking about. These are retiring, these letters, so you're gonna want to grab these. And then I just cut out the 2 makeup pieces to make the L, and I put shoes in that one. I was obsessed with the little shoebox because it goes so well with these. This one I designed a little purse with a flap in the DSP, and then these tassels are retiring, so if you like those, you be sure and get those because those are retiring. Then the next one is kind of like a fancy fold, I'd say. So it opens 3 different times, and that one is just kind of a variety of the DSP pieces. You can really mix and match with this because all the colors go so well together. Then we have this one. This is the little compact purse. So when you open it, there's the mirror and the makeup there, and just kind of a fun little card. And it's kind of 3D-ish, but when you mail it, it will lie flat. And then when you open it, it kind of puffs up a little bit. But the next one, this one's very simple. The only thing that takes some time is just cutting out all these dies, but it's super simple. I love doing backgrounds like this because it's a very subtle background, but it's just the image of the perfume bottle. That's another one. Next one is Another shoebox theme, kind of that same idea going. And this is one of those dies I was talking about yesterday or a couple days ago, that this is retiring. It's from Colorful or Seasons of Life, I believe. But I love that scallop edge. Doesn't that work well for an awning? So, and the infamous saying, life is short, buy the shoes. So true. This one is one of kind of like that pattern piecing, but it's more of in a starburst shape, and so that one's kind of fun. And this one is probably my favorite because of what's on the inside. All these little pieces are in the DSP. That's not stamped, it's just cut out. But when you open it, you get that little gift card holder. It should come apart. My glue dot is kind of holding it together, with a little tag on that says celebrate. So isn't that fun? I mean, just think of the possibilities with this card and with the gift card holder in the middle. So I'm sure you know some shoppers in your life that would get a kick out of this. Then the next one is an easel card. Can you see it from this angle? It sets up like this. I'll show you from like that. And it's just kind of a fancy fold. It's more of like just to sit on your desk, but it's supposed to simulate a compact with the mirror on top. Then the next one is, this is a gift card set made with these note cards. Now these note cards again are retiring, so these are so fast and easy. The scallop is already in there. And then for the, this I just bought on Amazon, or Hobby Lobby has these as well, all different colors. It's a pen that will go with the note card set. And then for the tassel, I just trimmed it down probably about to maybe 3/4 of an inch. So you can cut those off so it's more in proportion with that. The next one is using the hammered embossing folder. And that one, oh shoot, I can't remember if that's on the retiring list, but isn't that fun? It looks kind of like an alligator print. And like I said, when I presented for Stampin' Up, no animals were harmed in making this purse. Okay, next one is a little shadow box. Again, I kind of copied my awning theme, and let's do some more shoe boxes. A little bit obsessive here. But anyway, it's just kind of a cute little knick-knack to showcase a lot of products in here. And so anyway, the next one is, it's a little scrapbook. And so this stamp set is retiring along with these faceted gems. And so, and I really layered up these, can you see that? Layered up the different parts of that camera to make the lens stand out. So the backstory on this, I don't know if you heard, if you weren't in Las Vegas to hear my story, my mom, she loves everything that is represented in this stamp set, which includes girly stuff like makeup and flowers and perfume and shoes, everything that goes with it. So my daughter surprised her for her birthday and took her doing all the things she loves. So their first stop was to the Mac store, and my mom had a makeover, crown and everything. And then isn't that fun to pair that up with all the little doodads in here? And then this is a tag that you can journal on. Then they went to get ice cream and cake, and so there they are at that shop. Isn't she cute? And then here's another journaling tag. Then their next stop was to the mall to go shopping. So here they are at Fashion Square. And my two little loves in my life. I love all my kids, but she's my only daughter, so she's the one I get to do girly things with. And then the last picture is just a sweet little XO, and this is part of the hand lettered prose dies that are going away. So that's a fun little project. So in the tutorial, you're going to learn how to make all 15 of these projects. And even though I don't have it advertised too much anymore because I did a big push last month, it's still in my store on my blog. So if you go to tutorials for sale, you will find it in there. And if you go through that link, it will email you immediately. So as soon as you do the PayPal, it's going to automatically generate. Once I put it in my store, it's automatic and I don't have to forward it. So there you have it. Now let's get on to the little project that we're going to make today. Let's see, I'm just going to refresh my screen to make sure I'm still in here. Let me know if you can still see me. Yep, looks like it. Okay, so what we're going to make is using my favorite set that I just told you about, Dress to Impress, and this is what the project is. So it's a little treat holder. There's a little KitKat bar in there, just a normal size, and it's again the compact. And then when you open it, you get that makeup palette, kind of like that little card that was in my tutorial, but this is a little bit bigger. And so let's make this today, okay? So for starters, you need a piece of black cardstock. It's kind of hard to show a pattern on black cardstock, so I did it on white. And this piece is 6 3/4 by 4, and then you score it at 1 3/4, 2 1/4, 4 3/4, and 5 1/4. So it's going to make that shape. Then the other piece is another black piece of cardstock, and this is 3 by 4, and on the shorter side it's going to be scored at 1/2 inch. All right, so I have all these pre-cut, of course. Let me grab my glasses so I can see what I'm doing. So I have that pre-scored just like I told you, and I'm just going to fold on those score lines. And then I'm going to grab my KitKat bar. Now, if you can believe that, these have been in my craft room for a month and I have not eaten them. That is not typical for me. I have such a sweet tooth. And so I'm shocked that these are still in here. I had to hide them and get them out of sight so that I didn't stare at them. I do definitely have a sweet tooth. So now we're just using tear and tape, and when I do 3D items, I like to use tear and tape because it's a little bit stronger than snail, and we don't want this opening because you're going to be able to slide this out of the packaging. Course, we don't want anyone ripping into it. We make these projects just to look at, right? Not really to eat. I remember when Brady was in kindergarten, I made these out of conversation hearts for Valentine's Day. I made these little iPods. That's back when iPods and headphones. And I made, I don't know, 30 some of them, and brought them, and I couldn't wait for the moms to see them and stuff. Well, these kids ripped them open, and I was just, my adrenaline was going. I was like, oh my gosh, don't you know that you're supposed to just look at them and say how cute they are and not really open and rip into them? But then I remembered those are kindergartners. All right, now this piece, we're just going to fold on that score line again and grab our tear and tape and just add some on the edge there. I love that tape because you just tear it. You don't have to take the time to cut it with the scissors, and rip that off. And now you can guess where this piece is going to go. It doesn't really matter what end it goes on, but just adhere it to that same size, the 1/2 inch, and just put it on like that. There's the flap. Look at how easy that is. Oh my goodness. So now we're going to build the inside of it. So we're going to set this aside, and the next thing you're going to do is take some sparkle glimmer paper, which, oh my goodness, I'm so sad about this because this is one of the retiring papers. Oh, all that glimmer paper is gone. What am I going to do? Probably order more and still use it on some of my things. And then also this basic punch that I even have 2 of these because I use them so often in my classes. And so this is the 1 inch. Grab these before they're gone because this is a basic that should be in everyone's stamp room. So we need 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Now, let's get my blender pens. I'll tell you what colors I use, but you really can experiment and use whatever color you want for the eyeshadow. So I used, and I played around a lot. Some were too dark, some were light, so I came up with a combination that worked for me. This is the light purple Posy. Remember, this is an in color, And will be good for 1 more year, but this is such a pretty color. It doesn't get used enough. So that's the light one. Then I use light So Saffron. And don't worry if you don't get these, because I have a PDF for free at the end that you can print or save or whatever. It's going to go on my blog. This one is light Calypso Coral, light Balmy Blue, light Flirty Flamingo, and light Old Olive. All right, so now for this, I do like to take a little piece of, or like a thicker cardstock or something, because sometimes they color through, and if I go off the edge, that's not good. So when I color these, did you know you can color on glimmer paper with your blends? So just go over with the painted edge. I think that works a little bit better. It's just easier because the tip at the end is larger. So that's the green one. And let's do a blue one. And this blue, this looks like the lady on the Drew Carey show, right? It's a little bit dark, but it's actually the lighter one. So, but the Calypso Coral is really bright too, but that's all right. This is just for fun. People wouldn't really wear this color makeup, right? Maybe. All right, so the magic of TV helps me. I colored these, so you didn't have to watch me color, because that's pretty basic. Anyone can do that. Now let's get back to the project and put these on. And I just use my Tombow glue, which I use for everything, and just kind of guess. It doesn't have to be perfect where it goes. This is just a fun little treat. And you know what I did? Like I said, I already gave one away, and I packaged it in a cellophane bag, and then I tied it to the gift, and I made a little tag, and I have a lipstick stamp that I love that I can't part with. And so I made a little thank you tag with that kiss stamp on it. So I will show you the picture of that on my blog, but I already gave it away, so I don't have it, but I did snap a photo of it. All right, so we're gonna just eyeball this. Really, it doesn't matter if they're not perfect. And you want it a little bit shifted to the left, because we're gonna add a little makeup sponge thing, like the applicator. All right, so that's that. Now, to make that little applicator for the little part that you put on the makeup, all you really need is one daisy punch, or one petal, I should say. So just kind of put it on the edge. You don't have to waste a whole piece of paper. And that daisy punch, by the way, is carrying over. And then I'm just going to trim off one of these, because that's really all I need. And I just kind of did it like at an angle, so it almost looks like a little arrow like that. Okay, and bring this back in. Now we're just going to glue this down, and that's going to be the handle of it. Now the next part is, I'm just going to take a little end of this, and I'm going to use the leaf punch. Now the leaf punch is retiring, but this is one I probably won't get rid of. Usually I get rid of most of my retired things, but I use this a lot because you can use these little things for other things, like for punch art. Sometimes you need just that certain shape. So all we want is the top leaf. So just cut or punch so you get the top leaf in it. And let me show you what we're gonna do with this one. I chose the top one because it's the fattest leaf of the three. Then we're going to take our snips and just snip off the bottom and make it even a flat edge like that. And then the top one, we are just going to round. See that little point of the leaf? Just take that little point off like this. All right. Now we're just going to put the small dimensional on the back. I actually use both small and large, depending on what I need it for. I'll show you later, we're gonna use the large ones. So I always keep both in my pack. A lot of people ask me, which dimensional size do you like better? I like them both. All right, now we just want to pop that up. So put that right on top. So that's what that looks like. Now we need the mirror up there. And I'll tell you what I did for this. I did this beforehand because I wanted it to dry, but I just took a, oh gosh, I forgot to measure this. Let's measure it right now. This is 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. This is silver foil paper, and I really played around with this. First I tried Memento. That does not work because it doesn't dry and it's smudged even after 5 minutes. Then I tried embossing it, and it was just a little bit gloppy. I just didn't like the look. So Stays On Jet Black Stays On ink is going to be your best friend for stamping on foil paper. All right, now we're going to take your snail, which snail, by the way, is retiring. I grabbed this before it's gone. I ordered a whole bunch of refills because I really like the snail. But like I said, I know what the new stuff will be or it'll probably be better, but I really like snail. So anyway, just put that on the top. And that's all you do for that. Now we just need to work on the outside, and the piece that I use for this, it's called the detailed bands. And you know, when the new catalog came out, which we as demonstrators got to see it this week, the first thing I looked for was to see if this one retired or not, and it is in the new catalog, so I'm so glad. But look at how pretty these are and how intricate they are. And the one that we're using for this project is this one. So let me show you what I did with that. This is what it looks like cut out. And what we're going to do is just put a little bit of this multi-purpose adhesive on the back. Just put little dots. You don't want a lot, because if you get too much, then it glops out and then you have a mess. So that's probably good. All right, now on the top, we're going to put this on here and just kind of try to center it. That looks pretty good. You can see that the band is too small, but when you do cards, it's a nice length because it fills most of the card then. And then just take your paper snip and snip off those extra edges. Whoops. Oh gosh, I moved it all. You know what? Maybe we'll let this dry a little bit, and then I will come back and cut it off after. Or maybe if I just hold it. Maybe if I go upside down. I must have trimmed it after it dried last time, because it didn't do that. All right, there we go. Now, there's one little piece that cuts out in the middle. Can you see the missing part on top? This part cuts out. So what we're gonna do here, and this is when I use my larger dimensionals, I just put 2 on the side like this. And we're gonna stick that just right on top, right where it was cut off, just to give the compact a little bit of dimension, like that. Now, these clear faceted gems are retiring. Remember, these you can also color with blends. So these you can make any color that you're working with. Any blend that we have, you can make it match. I just want to do the clear one for this, and I put one in the middle, like that. And then I took the rhinestones, and these are actually the larger ones in our pack, the largest rhinestone. And then just use your pickup tool, which helps extend your fingers so you don't have to pick it up with your fingernails. And this one right here. So there you have it. Isn't that fun? Oh, I just think I am gonna make a bunch of these, and just for a little pick-me-up for people. And what girl wouldn't like this? Most people wear eyeshadow, if not well, maybe not now because of the COVID. Who wears makeup? But you know, it's just kind of a girly thing. And you could put a little note in here if you use a Sharpie, or maybe something on the back, but it's just kind of a fun thing. So remember, if there's anything that you like, please order from my store. This is helping me get through this COVID-19 thing. And I'm really happy to share videos with you and ideas and things that I'm working on. And so remember, I also do my Creative You, which is normally an in-person class, but I'm doing kits, and I'm also doing online. So if you place a $35 or more order, you will automatically get those 3 projects plus the PDF of it, and it will come in kit form so you can put it together. So, and the deadline for that is always the 10th of every month. So if you miss it and you do it, you order, like say now, we're past April 10th, but if you order it now, it'll just go towards the May projects. And then May 10th is the deadline. And then after that, it'll bump up to June. So I hope you'll join me on that. And then one other thing I wanted to tell you about is, did you know that if you sign up to be a demonstrator on my team, you actually can pre-order in your starter kit some of the new things from the catalog. So I would love to have you join my team and just see what all the new things are about, and you can peek at the catalog before it's even out. So if you go to my website and then where it says join my team, you would automatically become a We Stamper, and you get to get in on all the perks I offer for my team. And so I'll tell you more about that. I can call you, or you can email me, or whatever's easiest for you. But I would love to have you join my team. We have so much fun. And even though we're kind of stranded at home now, we're still making it work, and we're doing Zoom meetings. And when we're back to normal, we do FaceTime Live for those of you who are long distance. And then if you're local, you can show up each month in person. So anyway, please email me if you have any questions. Well, thank you so much for joining me again today, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.